I want to move people. I want to move people, and I want to make people's days a lot better. Because I started with, in gospel, playing the keyboard in the church. And I remember when I play for people, or even when I'm just a member of the congregation, I remember sitting there and being so moved by certain songs. And those songs would like make my day 10 times better. It'd make a bad day a whole lot better. It'll inspire you, it'll motivate you, it'll keep you going. And that's why I did it in the first place. Sometimes when you deal through all the craziness with the industry, you forget about that. I first became interested in music, I would say, I think high school. It's always been my family. Like my father and my mother, they used to always listen to music around the house. My mother's brother was a musician also. He was a producer and songwriter. He was signed to Arista. He won a couple of Grammys for a couple of songs that he wrote. So we always go to his shows when I was younger. My first official industry thing was Faith Evans. I played for Faith Evans, I think in 2001 on the Usher 87 Award Tour. And that was a period of time when I was actually in law school. And I wanted to go to summer school, but I couldn't make it for whatever reason. I couldn't do it. I was kind of frustrated, kind of depressed. And I got a call from one of my friends, and not Usher, but Faith needed a keyboard player. So I said, yeah, let's do it. So we went down to the hotel they were in at the time, auditioned, and the next day I was on a flight to, I think it was Kansas City, and that's when I started playing for that tour. The biggest thing I would say, one thing was being signed to Sony EMI. That was the first thing. The publishing deal that I signed to Sony. That actually led me to produce for Missy Elliott. It was her, one of her last singles called Chingaling. I think it came out in 08, 09. So that was my first radio song that came out. It was actually the first music video ever done in 3D. So it was a big thing for me. And also won, I think, sometime MTV Music Video Award. So that opened up a lot of doors for me. So that was, I guess, the biggest thing that started things off. Favorite memory, I don't know if this was one situation, but I remember when I was working with the artist exhibit, like the Pimp My Ride exhibit. We were working in the studio with him, and what I learned from him, even though he was an artist, he taught me how to actually produce a record because he spent so much time with Dr. Dre. He taught me that a record is just not going in and like recording over a track, but a record is actually sitting there. You may re-record the same song 50 times. You may redo the track 50 times. He taught me the process, the step-by-step process of actually making a record. And I learned that by sitting with him. I think I was with him for like a month, and we just spent time every day recording and working and talking, and I just learned so much from him. So that experience, I could say, was one of my most memorable experiences working with. My number one is going to be MC Hammer. See, here's the thing. I've always been an MC Hammer fan. Like since I was in 8th grade, I think I wasn't the only one, but I know out of my friends, I was one of the ones. So I always wanted to be a Hammer. I used to want to be a Hammer background dancer. I sure did. I did. But that never materialized. I'm still working on it. But no, MC Hammer, man. Hammer, he was such an incredible artist. By the energy he brought to the stage and the music he brought to the people, he just inspired me so much. Yes, I do get writer's block. What helps me get out of writer's block, my uncle taught me. He said, creativity is like a rubber band. He's like, you can only stretch it for so much, so you gotta let it go. My songwriting process is different, because by me being a producer, sometimes I'll go off of a melody that I hear in my head. So usually I'll come with a melody and I'll create the track based off a melody that I hear in my head. Or sometimes I'll create a track first and then a hook idea may come or a concept may come and I'll just go off of that. Right now I've been spending a lot of time with this one artist named Hyde. He's a young artist, like I said, he signed to Motown Capital. And he's Justin Timberlake's, the first artist that Justin Timberlake has signed in I think like 12 years. So he's also managed by Johnny Wright, who is Justin's artist. So I'm really excited about this project. I've never spent this amount of time on an album before, but I really believe in this kid. And I'm hoping it does well. Like, they have a whole plan where Justin is going to roll him out and introduce him to the world as his artist, and they're going to use that, promotional or marketing tool. So I really feel strong about this. I've never really seen things happen the way they've happened for this kid, and it's been an incredible journey. So yeah, I just think this is going to open up a lot more doors for me. So that's what I'm focusing on primarily right now, and also developing new acts.